Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. This video is a little bit of a shorter one, but I think a information-filled one, packed to the gills with good information, or at least I hope. This video is on sketching and how sketching is the key to your artistic growth. I typically don't show my sketching process at all. I think I did actually 2 videos ago, but before that, I didn't really show it at all. I've done sketching videos occasionally, but really, sketching is kind of the most delicate part of my creative process, and I think the most delicate part of the process in general. It is the phase of idea generation, creative freedom, and exploration. It's the part of the artistic process where if, I make a mistake or you make a mistake or make something that just looks terrible, it's totally okay. It's a place of, no judgment to yourself or upon yourself from other people or external sources. And if you are judging yourself, stop that. Don't do that. Sketching is a place of, or it should be a place where you're just doing your thing, not worrying about stuff, and just entirely focused and ingrained in the art making process. And originally in this video, I did want to show some pages from my sketchbook or even sketch in my sketchbook for you guys, but for me, that's super hard to put on the internet, as I've kind of already stated. My sketchbooks are for me and are a place of extreme privacy. I take notes there. I sometimes write down groceries in it. It's a kind of catch-all for any ideas I think of. It's a place where I draw really badly and figure things out. I'm not one of those people with a super aesthetic sketchbook that has, like all this color and stuff. Most of it is pencil and ink. For, someone else it's probably pretty boring to look at. It's nothing flashy. It's honestly just a place where I make really bad drawings. So hopefully in this video, this sketch of this illustration I'm working on will suffice. It's of Zemo and Crystal, the main characters of my webcomic, running from a Goblin Horde, which kind of ties into what's going on in the comic right now. So if you haven't checked it out, feel free to do so. As usual, there's a link below. And then we'll finish it up with ink and color in another video, so subscribe if you want to see that. But anyways, to the meat and potatoes of this video, how does sketching aid in your artistic growth? Well, beyond all the reasons I've already stated, learning how to sketch is the foundation of your artistic journey. Oftentimes it's the place where we all start. We don't all start, making finished pieces. Most of the time we go through maybe even a year or two of just sketching or months of just sketching before you even attempt to make something as like a full piece. It's also the place where you figure out how you like to generate ideas. And in many ways, sketching and drawing is more nuanced and deeper than taking physical notes. It's like taking emotional notes. I often think language is a really primitive way, actually, of communicating, one that as humans, we kind of have to do, we have to talk to each other. But sketching, drawing, and art in general is really much deeper. It evokes emotion instantaneously, something more amorphous and complex. A single line or a dot on a page can make someone feel something. Well, you need multiple words and strings of language to kind of accomplish the same task. What I'm kind of getting at here is your sketches are the place where, you kind of build the foundations of learning how to feel and think as an artist. Like I said earlier in the video, don't be afraid to make something that looks bad. Just be yourself and draw. Your sketches do not need to look a certain way. Everyone does it differently. Some people just do scribbles or like super loose drawings. Some are more gestural. Other people, make more refined sketches with much more detail. Most of the time I do a mix of all those. It kind of just depends what your goal is at the time of sketching. And, that really doesn't matter to anybody else but you. Just kind of the TLDR of this video is just kind of do you and figure yourself out through your sketching, and it will really elevate your finished pieces. Kind of part of that is as you are sketching, especially if you're just starting out, pay attention to the whys that you're doing things. Why do you draw lines a certain way? Why do you hatch a certain way? Why do you shape your shapes the way that you do? Why are your shapes more wiggly and loose rather than more rigid and blocky? As primitive as I was saying language is, we don't fully understand our emotions. So when you do come to any realizations of why you do things, write it down, take notes. Kind of use sketching to figure out who you are as an artist and how you speak the artistic language, because we all do it differently. Try out different tools. Use ink, use paint, use marker, whatever interests you. Slap it all into your sketchbook and have fun. Your sketchbooks, in my opinion, should be pretty freaking ugly. Almost said a different F word there. Don't worry about it looking aesthetic. In my opinion, no one's actual sketchbook looks like they do on the internet. I guarantee most artistic YouTubers or artistic accounts that have these super good looking aesthetic sketchbooks, unless they're like an artist that's been doing it for like 50 years, like their sketchbook probably looks like crap. Like it's probably super messy, like their actual one. They have a sketchbook that they use specifically for content creation where they're actually kind of making like pseudo finished pieces that are slightly more sketchy in style to put on the internet. So, you know, don't hold yourself to that standard. Just draw. Don't really worry about what it looks like. Just do the things. Like sketchbooks are really about getting your reps in, right? It's going to the gym effectively as an artist. And then all that work will pay off in dividends when you go to actually make something as like a full piece where you know you're trying to make it look good and you're not settling for something looking bad. Not to say that you should settle with your sketches either, but you know, there's a line to walk where you're comfortable with, you know, just getting something down, putting an idea out, and then also a certain quality standard that you can set yourself, right? I think we all know when we're being lazy when we're sketching versus when we're, you know, trying to make something. And lazy sketching is fine too. Some days, especially when I was just learning, I just wanted to get the muscle memory of touching, you know, pencil to paper. I would just draw a bunch of circles, or I would even draw like stick figures as like, you know, year one of me learning to draw. Like, you know, don't really worry about making something that looks good. Like I've been saying over and over, just do your thing. And then lastly, keep your sketchbook secret unless you really have a need to share it. You know, we all, just as people, need somewhere to be quiet with ourselves. Your sketchbook and sketches, as I've said over and over and over again, are for you. And as artists, we feel enough pressure already from the need to share our work with the world that many of us feel, you know, some of us don't. But keep your sketches and sketchbook for you. You'll thank me later. Just, we all need that quiet place to figure ourselves out. So hopefully this video was a good one. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, feel free to like it and subscribe and all that good stuff. And again, we'll finish this piece up in another video. I'm actually going to try and ink it digitally after sketching it traditionally and see how that works out. If that doesn't work out, you're going to see me inking this traditionally. So yeah, thanks for hanging. Thanks for watching. I'll see you when I see you.